Okay, so I've decided that you should either get a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro, and we're just going to compare it so you can see why I chose those two. So I'm just going to go over here and click compare. Now from this screen, you got your MacBook Pro, you got your Air 13-inch and your Air 13-inch that is new. Not much in price, but of course we haven't got down here to the size yet, and I know this number will change, but just looking here, the price difference is not that much, so I'm going to kind of go with this new one. I know it's got the Touch ID. It's not that big of a deal to you. I can explain later when you have it. I kind of like that as an option. I know it's not necessarily important for you. So in addition to looking at that, I was also looking at the MacBook Pro 13-inch. This one, it also has the Touch ID bar, as opposed to this one, which does not have the Touch ID bar. And I'm looking at this price, so it made me say, maybe Janetta would want to go with this one. So I'm going to compare the MacBook Pro 13-inch display. It's got a diagonal LED background, so does this one. There's not too much difference. This one has the Core i7. This one has the Core i5 or Core i7. So the Turbo Boost 4.0 gigahertz. This one has 4.5. Not much difference if you ask me. 10-hour battery life. This comes in all the sizes except for the 2 terabytes, which I don't think that you would need all that anyway. If not, I'll tell you how to get a Western Digital Cloud. And nothing else is much different. So, knowing you and your budget, I'm going to pick this one and the MacBook Air 13-inch to compare. Now, when I look at these two things, of course this one has more colors, but I'm pretty sure if you're like me, you're probably going to go with that space gray anyway. No big deal there. Liking the fact that they're both the same on size. This one has an Intel i5 processor. This one has the i7. Of course, the i7 is more newer than the i5, so my vote is going to the MacBook Pro. I currently have a MacBook Pro. Now I'm going to look at the Turbo Boost 3.6, 4.0. You did say you were going to be trying to do some YouTubing, so I would think your Turbo Boost and processing speeds, you're probably going to want to go with the MacBook Pro 13-inch. This one's a little bit lighter, not so much difference. You probably won't even notice. So right now, the MacBook Pro has my vote. If that doesn't really matter to you, I'm sure this one will still get the job done. I'm just thinking, I don't know, I really like that i5 processor, the i7 processor over here, and this, not really sure if it matters for what you're going to be doing. 8th generation, and I'm not sure what this is. I know this is probably a bit more newer. Obviously it said new at the top. Nope, this one's newer, it's at the top. So I don't know about that. You probably have to ask that one at the store. Graphics, better on this one than that one. Not much difference. So for the money, it might not be worth it. Brightness, I like how this gets brighter. And it's the display. So if you were trying to work in the dark, this would probably be your better bet. If not, it might not matter. So either one would probably do. A wide color, I'm assuming this means you have more color options, and then as opposed to this one. May not be that big of a deal for what you're trying to do. More battery life over here, which might be where you're going when you look at the money, but not much difference. And where was I? 13 hours of iTunes movie playback, 10 hours of iTunes movie playback. Doubt you will ever be looking at your computer that long, so it probably would not matter. But this one, we get the vote here for that. Integrated 50.3 watt hour lithium battery. This one's a 54.5 watt lithium power battery. I'm going to assume this is pushing out more, which is probably why. But you can probably get more battery life out of this one than you do this one. I, again, don't see you using the computer for 10 hours, so either or will do. Both of them are USB-C ports. The adapters are a little bit different. I'm assuming this is faster charge than this one is. I could be wrong, but 61 watts, 30 watt, I'm going with that. I like how both of them have 3 USB ports. The Wi-Fi seems to be about the same. USB technology is the same. Both of them have the FaceTime high-def camera, full-size backlit keyboard, touch trackpad. All of these softwares come with both of them. So again, like I said, you're probably going to go with the space gray, not the silver. So it doesn't matter with the color. But I'm still kind of on the fence with the MacBook Pro as opposed to the MacBook Air. Now I want to go to another area. Choose Macs to compare, and I know you're on you kind of staying in your budget area. But here's what I was thinking about personally. I was thinking maybe the MacBook Pro 13-inch with the Touch ID bar as opposed to the 13-inch without it. And you see the price difference. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. We'll see. But I know I love technology, so I don't need the 15-inch. I think that's just way too big. I think 13 inches is a good size. Comparing the two models is what I was looking at. I think most of the difference was the touch bar. And you can ask your friend that works there about the touch bar. But everything else is pretty much the same for these two. i7 processor, speed-wise, I think the only thing that was different was the touch bar. Wide color, True Tone Technologies on the display, so that might be a better display for me. Both 10 hours. This battery looks like it might last slightly a bit longer. They both seem to be charging at the same speed with the same C port. 2 Thunderbolt ports, 4 Thunderbolt ports. I would probably like that. That's that fast charging port, by the way. So I will be able to plug in more things here, external speakers or whatever. But like I said, I'm a bit more techie than you are, so that's probably not a big deal for you. 2 ports would be just fine. Bluetooth wireless technology, I'm assuming this is a slightly better connection, but looking at the 4.2 versus 5.0, probably not that much of a difference. And everything else is the same. So, I'm a little biased for this one. And also, if you can, I would probably try to get the 256 or the 512 gigabytes. 512 might be a bit much. I would not get anything less than the 256, honestly, when you are shopping for this. So that's another thing that I would suggest for you to do. So these are my Mac suggestions. Do as you will. I hope this is helpful for you, and I'll be talking to you soon.